what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. Hi, kids. Today we're going to interview a friend of mine. His name is Brett. And he is in no way wanting to represent all of the blind community. He just wants to represent him. And the reason that we have Brett here today is because I want you guys to understand that blind people, they're just like us. You don't have to go out of your way to speak louder or, grab them and put them in the right direction. They know where they're going most of the time. They know how to get there. They might need your help to navigate every once in a while, but if they do, they'll let you know. So don't just walk up to somebody who's blind and just grab them. Anyway, today we're going to interview Brett, and this is an interview to hopefully educate you. And I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show, and today we're doing a segment called Life Lessons. And in this segment, we're going to educate you hopefully, on what it's like to be blind, what it's like to live like a blind person, and what blind people like and don't like. So today we are going to introduce you to Brett, who likes to go by the name of Bubba. That's his nickname.
Howdy, folks.
So, would you rather be called Brett or would you rather be called Bubba?
Brett works.
Okay, Brett. Okay, and how old are you, Brett?
26.
26. And are you married?
I am not.
Okay. Were you ever married?
I was not.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I do actually have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Nice. Boys or girls?
1 boy, 1 girl.
Okay. And you just never married?
No, it's not that I never married. It's just it never seemed to work out at the time. We had some issues and just never happened. Not to say that I don't want to get married, because I do.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, because a lot of people don't understand that people that are blind are just like people that aren't blind. They have the same problems. They have the same arguments with people that they're in love with. They have the same problems with relationships. Can I ask, what was it that wanted you not to marry this particular woman?
No, I didn't want to. It's not that I did not want to marry her. She didn't want to marry me.
Ah, okay. And did she give you a reason for that?
She said she never thought I was actually serious.
Okay, so she felt you couldn't commit.
Oh, I had no problem committing.
Uh-huh.
I had no problem at all. I was committed. I was committed 100%.
Okay.
I worked. I paid the bills. We both worked for a time.
Mm-hmm.
I took care of the woman. She didn't really have to do much. Just keep a house. But,
Okay.
sometimes people just don't fit into lifestyles, and things happen and things change.
Okay. And we're in Austin, Texas right now. And I'm wondering, where are you from?
I was originally born in Philadelphia.
So you say that you weren't married, but you guys lived together?
We did, actually. We lived in several different places. We moved around the country. I followed job to job. Started out in a small town called Beeville, Texas, population about 13,000. Wound up leaving there, went to Nashville, stayed there a year. Quit that job. I have a problem with authority, so big, old conservative guys with money kind of pissed me off, so.
Okay.
We left there, went to Pittsburgh, stayed there for 6 months. I got a job in Charlotte, moved to Charlotte. Got fired from that job for getting sick. Got a job in Greensboro. We stayed there for about 3 years. And that's where the sad story comes to the end.
Okay. But y'all were together for how many years?
4.
4 years, okay. And you had 2 kids together?
We do.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you, we're going to go in a different direction now. What kind of movies do you like?
Stereotypical black movies, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Boys in the Hood, Friday, comedies.
Okay.
I'm not really a big movie person. Movies tend to bore me. I don't like looking at representatives of other people's imaginations. I prefer to read books. Kind of allows me to place the scene and imagery in my own way.
Now, do you ever, there's a program here in Austin that will send you a book on a tape or a DVD.
Oh,
have you ever
I have
done those?
Digital access to thousands and thousands of books and
Okay.
movies and.
Okay. Well, awesome. But at least we know that program is available.
Oh yeah, yes.
Here in Austin.
NLS Library of Congress has a program. It's called BARD. It's a digital service that volunteers actually take books and they read them onto audio, and they are made available via digital download on the governmental website for people with disabilities.
Okay. Awesome. I do want to add something that we are speaking to Brett here as an individual person. He is not intending to represent the blind community in any way, shape, or form. We're just talking to Brett about Brett and his life today and how he, deals with stuff. So what kind of music do you listen to?
I have a very eclectic taste in music, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really big into the new mainstream stuff. I am 90s for most of my genres, which is country, R&B, jazz, folk. I listen to some reggaeton music. I don't have to actually understand the words, but I like the sound of music in general. So 9 times out of 10, when I get off of work or I come home, I will just listen to music, and it's kind of my unwind method.
Do you ever listen to like jazz or?
Yeah, love jazz.
Oh, nice. They say that people that listen to jazz, they live longer. So, okay. And how long, or have you been blind since birth?
Yes. I was diagnosed at 8 months with bilateral retinoblastoma, which is cancer of the retinas.
Okay.
Had very usable vision up until I was about 9 or 10, and it just started going downhill from there.
Okay. So it started going downhill. Explain, how did it start going downhill? What started changing?
Just overall the vision. See, my eye condition is caused by a gene mutation, so it's not hereditary. Nobody else in my family has it.
Okay.
So there's very little understood about what causes the illness to deteriorate.
Huh. Okay. So you were able to see, but up until about the age of 9, you weren't. You started losing your sight?
That's when I started to lose it and began to need to use or begin to notice a change.
Okay.
I could see very well in the daytime up until I was about 17.
Okay.
Then I was walking down a city street and got clipped by a bullet, spun around a dumpster and smashed the back of my head. Basically, I think from what I could tell by what the doctors told me, that my retina was 95% dead after that. It had done some type of detaching.
Hold on. You got clipped by a bullet? Explain that.
I have no idea. Wrong place, wrong time type deal.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Talk about the wrong place, the wrong time. Wow. Okay. And, okay. And, your kid's mom, is she blind or is she sight?
She's also blind.
She's also blind?
Yes.
Okay. Is it common for people that can see to date or marry blind people?
I know several marriages that have resulted from it.
Okay.
I personally haven't experienced anything, but
was the person blind to begin with?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
several blind-sided unions.
Okay. I think that's awesome, dude. I think that's awesome. In your opinion, do you think that it would be a good idea for people that get to see to marry or date blind people?
I don't think it's anything you seek out. I just think that if you have the mental capacity to deal with somebody with a disability, I'm all for it. Have at it.
Okay. At this stage in your life, would you rather be blind, or would you rather have sight?
At this point in my life, I've been blind. I know what it's like to be blind. I'd much rather have my sight back.
Okay.
The only thing that I really miss, and the only really regret I have about being blind, is that I haven't been able to see my kids since they were born. So I've never looked at my kids' faces, and that bothers me.
Okay. And do you feel faces?
No, I don't know any blind people to do it, other than that Ray Charles shit where he used to grab the chick's arms. I don't know any blind people that sit there and feel faces.
Okay, so you said you had 2 kids.
I do.
Correct. And are your kids blind?
They actually did my test for free because it was such an unusual case. They sent it to the University of Pennsylvania where they looked for the gene in my blood work, and they were unable to find it. The geneticist that I was consulting at that time told me that the only way, and I put it in her words, the only way that they would be able to tell for sure is if they were to biopsy my gonads, which I declined just on principle.
Right.
But as far as we know, my son has been to an ophthalmologist several times. My daughter is about to go to an ophthalmologist. Ophthalmology. Sorry. I was corrected on the pronunciation the other day. But so far they show no signs or symptoms of the disease. My ex also has glaucoma. Their mother has glaucoma, so they also checked them for that, and they are also not seeing any signs of it.
Nice. Excellent. Would you rather date a sighted person or a blind person?
I don't really care. Disability really doesn't mean anything to me. If I have a connection with the person, or if I can, there's got to be more than just a person.
Okay.
We've got to be able to talk to you, and we have to have things in common. And
where would you like to travel to? Like someplace you've never been. Where would you like to travel to, or even someplace you've already been? Where
would I like to go? I think it changes every time the Powerball changes. Every time the value of the Powerball changes, my destination. I think the latest one was I want to buy a piece of property in like Costa Rica or Fiji or something, and just live like a king for a couple of years.
Nice. What is it about shopping in public that really annoys you?
When you're dealing with a blind person, 9 times out of 10, if they're at the Walmart or they're at the store or whatever by themselves, they're not special.
Okay.
You don't have to talk extra slow. You don't have to talk extra loud. We're not dumb. We just can't see.
Okay.
Also, if you see a blind person with a sighted person, don't talk around the blind person.
Okay.
That's ignorant.
Like, do they pretend like you're not even there?
Right. Like, if I say if you and I were to go to McDonald's, and what does he want? No, he is right here. He can speak for himself.
Okay.
And don't ever give my change to somebody else.
Okay. You see, that's some things that people need to know because, I didn't know that, so I didn't know that I did it. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know that they do it. But that's one of the main reasons that we wanted to have you on the show was because we want to find out little things like that would make your life easier and would let people understand that, you handle your own money. You pay your own bills. You don't have anybody that goes around and does that for you.
No, absolutely.
You do it. So why would they hand the money to somebody else? So you see, that's the kind of stuff that we need to know.
Something else that ties into that. I don't know why sighted people generally seem to think that it's okay to ask us questions like, "How do you feed yourself?" or "How do you have sex?" You wouldn't ask one of your sighted counterparts that question.
Right.
So why do you think it's acceptable to ask blind people such personal questions?
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and scratch off the next question then. Anyway, how should people help you navigate in public? Like if you get lost or you've lost, your way, what is the best way for people to help you? Because from what I understand, what you do is you count steps.
I don't know.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So what do you do?
I use the remaining little bit of vision I have to differentiate buildings and shapes and cars. I just prefer somebody to talk. If we're in a very crowded area or whatever, I will grab somebody's arm or shoulder. Personally, I like the one finger on the shoulder technique because
Okay.
it enables me to kind of walk in your footprint,
Okay.
and it's less invasive for the person doing the actual guiding. 9 times out of 10, I prefer to just get get verbal directions. Just
Okay.
tell me where to go. Don't try to grab me, and I don't do a lot of hands-on stuff.
Okay. I know that there's phone apps that you can use
Oh yeah.
in everyday life. What phone apps are available that you use on an everyday basis?
I use an app called Look Tell Money Reader that tells me my money so that I can fold it in certain patterns so I know what I have.
Mhm.
I use an app called KNFE Reader, which is an app that I use to read printed materials such as mail, documents, bills, invoices, etc. Blind Square, which is a navigation app, which gives you access to nearby events, restaurants, places of interest, gas stations, banks, ATMs, transit stops. I use Uber a lot for transportation. Here in Austin, I use the Capital Metro app a lot to buy tickets, to buy bus passes, and things like that.
Okay. Is there any one particular app that you use the most?
Probably Money Reader.
Money Reader?
Money
Okay.
Reader and Blind Square.
Okay. Have you ever had anybody that tried to rip you off, or cheat you or something? You know what I mean?
I don't know if this story would be good for on air, but there was a cab driver in Nashville one time that tried that, and I gave him a 20 instead of a 10 because the fare was like $9.50 or some such. So for some reason, something asked me, and I've never done. I don't generally do it, but I asked him what his cab number was before I got out.
Yeah.
And later on today, I was going through my money. I'm like, I'm missing $10. And I was talking to my friend, and he said, well, the only thing you did today was take that cab. So I said, no. And then I thought about it. I said, maybe I slipped that 20 in my pants. I didn't realize it. So I called the cab company back, and I said, can I have car number 15 to come back out? Well, luckily, he was still working.
Mm-hmm.
I went into my closet and got my little pocket pistol, a little 2-shot Derringer I kept, because I used to go to Mardi Gras. And I get in the car, and he says, okay, where are we going? So I said, okay, let's go down here to the Valero, or it was some gas, not the Apple Mart. That's what it was, the Apple Mart.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts driving, and we stop at a red light, and I lean forward, and I kind of dig it into his ribs a little bit, and he looks down and he sees what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all I want is my $10 back. And he gave me my $10 back. I went to Apple Mart. He brought me back home, and we were amicable ever since then.
Nice. Nice.
I work hard for my money.
Right.
I'll give you what you need if you ask for it, but don't try to take from me.
Exactly.
You cross the line, that's it.
Okay. Awesome. What services do you wish that this government would offer you or offer blind people that they don't offer already?
I think the government has done a fantastic job in providing services for people with disabilities. I think that people need to start giving back more than they take. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask rather what you can do for your country. The government could provide mass training workshops for people, not only people with disabilities, but people all races, ages, sex, orientation, whatever. The Social Security has over 50 million individuals that it pays on a monthly basis. Some of that's for disability, a large majority of blind people sit at home on their ass and don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask them why, well, there's no jobs, when you offer them a job, they say, well, I'm just not cut out for that. Well, that's because the government has allowed you to become safe, has become dependent on a check that now you believe that you deserve. It's not the government's responsibility to take care of you. It's the responsibility of you to take care of you. Sorry, I don't go for socialist government.
It's okay. Well, you have a job.
I do.
You do work. And how did you get that job?
A few friends have told me about the Travis Association for the Blind here in Austin. We have government contract to ship and house their military textiles, so their pants, their shoes, uniforms, T-shirts, things of that nature. So we store it. The government sends us the orders for it. We pick it, pack it, ship it all over the place, all over the country to other countries. Recruitment centers for ROTC and JROTC, to different places like that. And it's part of the Ability One program, which gives people with disabilities first crack at government contracts. A lot of the Department of Defense contracts that are issued throughout the country are given to people with disabilities. There's agencies all over the country set up to do the T-shirt manufacturing and the manufacturing of the cargo nets, and there's a company out of Washington State that has a contract with the aeronautics to do the seat covers for Boeing, and they do some of the stuff for NASA, and their jobs out there. They're all over the United States. You just got to get up off your ass and go do something about it.
There you go. So get up off your ass and do something.
I'm telling you.
There you go. We're going on a totally different direction now.
You change tangent.
And because I want the kids that are watching to, to realize that your thoughts are the same thoughts as ours, as people that can see, rather. I want them to understand that, you have the same feelings, you have the same thoughts.
We're not a different
just
species,
because
guys.
you're blind, just because you're blind doesn't make you a different species.
We're not a different species, we're human.
Do you think that marijuana should be legalized?
Hell yeah, I absolutely do.
Okay.
I actually believe, because statistically speaking, let's look at it. How many times do you hear about somebody getting high, going out, wrecking his car, killing somebody? 9 times out of 10, you're going to pull a stoner over for going too slow.
Going too slow. Okay. Okay.
The statistics speak for himself.
Okay.
You see more drunken bar fights, you see more drunken injuries, more drunken fights, more drunken domestic disturbances, more drunken anything negative. When people smoke, they don't want to do any of that. When I smoke, I don't want to go. The only place I want to go is get some food.
Right. And relax.
And chill.
Right.
I work 40, sometimes 50 hours a week. If I want to come home and smoke a little bit of herb, go about my business, take care of my responsibilities, and go to bed, that should be my business.
Right.
Marijuana should not be classified in the same category as heroin.
I agree. If you were given a wish and you could see for 1 minute, what would you want to see?
My kids. No question about it. I want to look at my kids. And I would just look and look and look. Before, I would want my vision back. I wanted my vision back just so I could do all the other things. Now, all that other stuff seems petty. I just want my vision back so I can look at my kids.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's it, kids. That's our interview for today. The Big Daddy G, Mexican Martinis, Brian Joyle. We hope that we educated you on how to treat blind people out in public. And remember, always give them their change. Especially,
Don't give their money to other people.
don't give their money to other people. There you go. Hey, Brett, thank you for coming and letting me interview you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
No worries. You're welcome anytime. If you guys have any more questions that you'd like to ask Mr. Brett here, go to our website, thebigdaddyg.com, and we'll make sure that we send him whatever questions you have. Thank you for joining us, and viva Austin, Texas. Well, that's it, kids.
All right, start over.
That tastes good. Have you ever had anybody that tried to rip you off, or cheat you, or something? You know what I mean?
I don't know if this story would be good for on air, but
Well, that's it, kids. Mexican martinis and a blind guy that's got a credit card. No, Okay, let's try to get. I'm sorry.
Oh, this one say, Viva Austin Deas.
Oh, okay.
I really don't care. I don't care on body type either, actually.
Huh.
Since
Okay.
we're gonna turn this into some type of like.
No,
date
we're
night.
not trying to, we're not trying to find you a date. We're
Oh.
just trying to find out who you
Well,
are.
why not?
That's a whole different show.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, that's it, kids. Mexican martinis and a blind guy. Hope we educated you. And
Start over.
You're gonna be drunk by the time you finish this.
I know. Okay, kids. That's it. Mexican martinis, the Big Daddy G, and Brett. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope that we educated you. And I hope that now you know how to treat blind people when you see them out in public. One other thing. Viva Austin, Texas.
Oh, look at this fucking spig. Ah!
Don't talk bad about each other, because you never know. You might just be talking about an angel.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Can we all just get up on the Big Daddy G Show? Yeah, man.
Why clean your room when you can do some shrooms? The Big Daddy G Show. Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.